In the previous episode, we examined the 2008 financial crisis, the moment the system visibly broke. To understand 2008, we now need to go back to the decision that made it inevitable. This is not a story about markets. It is a story about money, and the moment it lost its anchor. If 1971 explains the why, 2008 shows the how. In 1971, the global monetary system experienced a shift that quietly reshaped the modern world. Under President Richard Nixon, the United States suspended the convertibility of the U.S. dollar into gold, a move that effectively brought the Bretton Woods system to an end. Until that moment, money had limits. The U.S. dollar was anchored to gold at a fixed rate of $35 per ounce. Most global currencies were pegged to the dollar. This structure imposed discipline. Governments could not expand spending or credit endlessly without risking loss of gold reserves. Money represented something tangible, scarce, finite, and costly to extract. By the late 1960s, the system was under severe strain. The United States was financing the Vietnam War while expanding domestic programs, all while maintaining its role as the world's reserve currency. Dollars poured into global markets, far exceeding the gold held in U.S. vaults. Foreign governments began to notice the imbalance. Countries like France openly questioned whether the dollar was still as good as gold. They started converting their dollar reserves into physical gold. This was not speculation. It was rational behavior under the rules of Bretton Woods. The problem was simple and dangerous. There were more dollars in the world than gold to back them. On August 15, 1971, Nixon addressed the nation. He announced that the United States would temporarily suspend the dollar's convertibility into gold.
I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
He was calm. The word temporary was crucial and misleading. The gold window never reopened. With that decision, money lost its anchor. The world transitioned into a fiat money system, where currencies derive value not from physical backings like gold or silver, but from government decree, institutional credibility, and public trust. Once gold was removed as a limit, the rules of the game changed fundamentally. Governments and central banks gained the ability to expand the money supply without constraint. Deficits could be financed through borrowing rather than taxation. Inflation could be used as a policy tool rather than treated as a failure. Debt stopped being cyclical. It became structural. The system did not collapse after 1971. It expanded, and that growth delayed the system's necessary correction. Imbalances accumulated quietly. Crises no longer reset the system. They extend it. Each rescue raises the baseline of debt. Each stabilization increases fragility. This is why every crisis appears larger than the one before. At some point, we should ask, is a system truly stable if it requires constant intervention? Is growth real if it depends on debt expansion? Is money a store of value if it depends entirely on belief? Belief, unlike gold, is emotional, and emotions are not linear. History does not repeat, but it rhymes. Empires fall, currencies fail, systems reset, yet through centuries of collapse, a small set of principles quietly survives. The next chapter examines what endures when systems do not. If this helped clarify how the system works, like the video and subscribe for more.